So VPNs can be used to extend other networks to make them operate as if they were local. And you saw that in the second diagram where we were talking about connecting from home to an office where we could connect to the printers and the file servers and those sort of things. VPNs can also be used to make logging of your web traffic more difficult, and you notice I say difficult and not impossible, by hiding your real IP address. So if you remember in the last picture here, rather than showing this IP address of the traffic from any of the devices here on your home network, rather than showing this address, they end up showing this address here, where that is the IP address of your VPN service provider, for example. So when you install the software and you go out the service provider, it actually shows this address here and not the address of your actual home internet modem or router, depending on how you pronounce that. So it can make logging of your web traffic difficult by hiding your real IP address. It could potentially increase your online privacy by hiding web visits from being logged by your ISP. It's reducing the ISP's ability to log the traffic that's coming to and from your endpoints. However, you do need to be aware that some ISPs will be able to see that you're using a VPN, and even in some countries that can be illegal. So you do need to do your research if you are traveling a lot, and make sure that any of the VPN providers that you use don't actually show that you're using a VPN. VPNs can also be used to protect your internet traffic from snooping. And what I mean by that is imagine you are with your phone or your work laptop and you go to an airport and you connect to a public Wi-Fi. Anybody else on that public Wi-Fi potentially can listen into all of the traffic that's being streamed out across the Wi-Fi network. And what they could do potentially is look and listen and see passwords and various internet traffic that's flying across this unprotected, unencrypted public Wi-Fi. And so you could enable your VPN, which then encrypts all of the traffic that's going into and out from your device out to the internet over something like the public Wi-Fi. Point 5 is some people may utilize a VPN to get around local restrictions. Students may use one to avoid a proxy or a firewall rule at their school or the university. Citizens may use a VPN to get around their country-based blocking for countries that have draconian laws around internet access. Um, and then again, finally, you may use a VPN to pretend you're in another country to get access to that country's content. Um, but one of the key reasons for this video being presented is if your kids are using VPNs, they are potentially using it as a way of avoiding lockdowns, restrictions, whether that's at university or at school or even at home when you're putting parental controls in place. So keep that in mind that it's not just about control when it comes to supporting your kids through using internet services and that sort of stuff. It's also about enabling them to make good decisions around what sites they should and shouldn't visit and so on. But just know that if a VPN is in use and you do discover that, then it's potentially to get around or avoid the controls that are in place.